All right, we see simplify, which is kind of just a generic word for do the math the symbols tell you to do. And notice what we're simplifying. See these parentheses? We're going to take this entire grouping. I'm going to say the quantity of. So simplify the quantity of 5n squared minus 3n plus 4 minus, we see that negative sign between these two parentheses. We're subtracting these two things, one from the other, I should say. So minus the quantity of 3n squared plus n minus 2. We are subtracting one expression, this one, from another, that one. Now, that being said, a lot of students would just drop these parentheses because, hey, we can just drop the parentheses when we are adding. Can't we just do the same thing when we're multiplying? No, because like this dude is trying to remind you, you're subtracting this entire expression. And another way you can think of it is it's like you're distributing a negative or a negative one, but dropping those parentheses will have a consequence. So there's nothing in front of the first parentheses, so go ahead and drop them just fine. 5n squared minus 3n plus 4. But since I'm subtracting this entire expression, we're going to see that subtraction, or that negative, distribute out to every term in there. So yes, it was positive 3n squared inside the parentheses, and so now that will be negative 3n squared. But that's not going to be the only term affected. The plus n will now be a minus n, and the minus 2 will now be a plus 2, because when you subtract a negative, that is the same as addition. And now we've done away with the parentheses legally. Now we can go ahead and combine like terms. I see a couple of n squared terms. So I have 5 of those n squareds. I'm going to take away 3 of them. I have 2 of them left, and 2 what? Well, I was adding and subtracting n squareds. There's still going to be n squareds. Great, and now I have negative 3n, and from that I'm going to take away another 3n, another n. So I owed you 3n already, and now I go and borrow another one. Shoot, now I'm negative 4n. And if you struggled with that, remember, it's like you have an invisible 1 in front as a coefficient when you don't see a number. And now, great, time for my constants, now that I dealt with all my variable terms. So my constants have no variable, no letter with them. So plus 4, or positive 4 plus 2, I'm looking at positive 6. Great. And now you know what I'm going to say. You already know, right? I always say the same thing. Here's the difference between my A students and my B students. My A students know when to stop. These are not like terms. They can't combine any further. This is as simple as it's going to get. Can't figure out n, can't put it all together. I'm done. This is simplified. All right, you guys, strong work. Super proud of you. Happy learning.